Hello, welcome to the Falcon. I'm your host, Clarky.
I'm Cassie.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jess.
This week on the Falcon, we close out Sir Doug Nicholls' rounds and unfortunately get to break some really terrible news just before we hit record. So we'll see you on the other side of this.
Hey boys,
We start off this week, guys, by unfortunately today was announced that the very, very good, the epitome of Australian heroism, Neale Daniher, sadly passed away, surrounded by his family, succumbing to his MND diagnosis. And absolutely, this is one of those moments where I'm like, I'm going to remember exactly where I was because I had just wrapped up a meeting at work and I saw the news and I genuinely rushed to the nearest news source I could find to just think say it's fake right now. Say this is just someone being really cruel and playing a prank. Just absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I think for me, my first thought was, it's so close to the big freeze. His big event happening in 2 weeks' time. It's just dang. It was really so close.
And I think the thing that shocked me was 13 years he had MND for.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we've done our diligence on this one. I know that we don't usually do a great deal of research, but a man who is so well respected deserves a lot of research. So he was diagnosed in 2013 and has been the most prominent campaigner for MND awareness and medical research. So obviously he's most known in Australia for pioneering the Big Freeze, which is the crown jewel of all their fundraising efforts. Everyone goes out and buys the beanies every year and they get the celebrities to go down the slide. As far as I could find on their website, since its first time in 2014, they've raised over $115 million just through the Big Freeze. And that's gone so far and so well into the MND research that's so desperately needed.
Yeah, and to be given a diagnosis in 2013 and to make it to 2025, because I think we were talking off mic, he was given 2 to 3 years when he was originally given that diagnosis. So yeah, I'm terrible at mental maths, but that's 13 years. 13 years, yes.
Yes.
I remember in 2021, I tweeted at the start of the season. I said, if the Bulldogs can't win the grand final this year, I hope Melbourne do just so Neale Daniher gets to see a flag. And at the time, it happened. We lost to them in the grand final. At the time, I was like, why the fuck did I have to say that?
In your oracle ways, Chris. Actually,
little did I know I was predicting the future.
The most selfless curse I've ever heard.
No, but that was kind of if you have to be the team that's in a losing grand final, that was kind of the silver lining of at least Neale Daniher got to see a flag.
He was I remember the photos as well when Melbourne won. They came out, Jess, you showed them to me.
Yeah, it was. The whole thing was historic anyway, but it was just so good that he got to be a part of that. And I think better that it was 5 years ago before he kind of got as bad as he got in the last year or two, where you could really see that it was taking a lot of effort for him to be a part of the things that he loved to be a part of, which was, I think, really heartbreaking to watch, knowing how passionate he is about it and how his brain's, still working as well, and just wishing that he had that ability to just carry on, because he was just such an enigma. He's incredible.
Yeah. So he's known for playing 82 games for Essendon over 11 years that were unfortunately injury plagued, but at one point he was, considered prodigious talent and the future of the football club before suffering an ACL or one of the cruciate ligaments. I can't remember which. And then he coached Melbourne for 220 games from 98 to 2007, including our only other grand final in modern football in 2000. Yes, a losing one, but still, that's just making it to a grand final in that year where Essendon were the dominant force. He coached an underdog Melbourne side to that grand final.
He was also an assistant coach for Freo in their inaugural years from, he was an assistant coach there from 95 to 97 under Jared Neesham. So I've got a link there too.
He's touched all of our hearts. Victorian of the Year in 2019 and Australian of the Year in 2025. I don't think there are any words that we can say that point out just how much of a loss this is for the football world and greater Australia. They've announced that he's getting a state funeral, which, Jess, as you said, is the bare minimum they could do.
Yep. I could wholeheartedly support a public holiday for Neale Daniher. I, for one, will be doing less work on whatever day his funeral is on in honour of him. Thanks, Neale.
And yeah, I just truly thank you from the bottom of every football fan's heart for everything that he stood for, not just the M&D stuff, but just, fighting the beast, as they call it in the Big Freeze. They refer to it as the beast. It's a really true to life story that we've all gotten to witness of someone who literally fought with everything they had and still made the world a better place. And I wanted to, just before we move on, finish with the final paragraph that was released as a statement by the family. They said, "We will forever remember him for the lasting impact that he has made on us all. He has inspired, he has loved, he has lived, and would only be fitting to finish with his words, play on."
And I think if anybody would like to make a donation, they can go to, I think it's Fight MND,
yeah.
FightMND.org.au.
Or go buy a beanie.
Or buy a beanie for the Big Freeze.
Yeah, Big Freeze beanies are out at Bunnings and Coles, I think.
And you can even buy a virtual beanie.
Yes, you can.
Maybe if headwear is not your thing, buy yourself a virtual beanie.
Not you, Chris. You love headwear, so you should go buy several beanies.
Oh, well, you can also buy the buckets as well. They've got buckets this year.
Yeah, from Bunnings, right?
Just to go throw ice at people? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's to do the challenge, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a Big Freeze challenge this year, so maybe we should do a challenge.
No, thank you,
God.
but I'll donate.
I'll let Jess pour a bucket of ice on me, if that seems fair.
God.
We'll move it on to the bias games of the week, and I don't want to talk about ours just yet.
I do.
I'm going to save
Why?
Chris's.
What happened?
I'm going to save your gloating for a little while, Chris, because I want to hear about Wally Ullop beating Euro Diroke.
You did it.
You did it. Top of the ladder, Cass.
Top of the ladder, very quietly. Zip your, everyone, just don't mention it. Don't mention it too loudly.
You'll scare it away.
Because I think I did. I messaged our footy chat during the week, and I said, "We may never lose again." And then I immediately deleted that because I can't believe I said it out loud.
I made sure to tell Jess to remind me in case it didn't come up. I was like, I can't believe Cass said that out loud in a public group chat.
I put a post on my stories as well, and I wrote it very small on my stories. And one of my friends was like, "Yeah, real confident with your size 4 font there." just got to keep it on the DL. No, that was our 10 in a row for the first time in history. I think the last time we were top of the ladder was 2015. The other fact I heard was this is the longest amount of time between a team being minor premiers and being top of the ladder again. So we are the team to go the longest between that time. Because I think the year, I didn't fact check myself. The year after we were minor premiers, we did not do very well. So yes, so that's exciting for this year. For the game, Sarong was out, kind of a last minute out. He'll be out for about 3 weeks. So we did miss him in the middle. Chris, that might have helped your super coach a bit. At least you knew who was going to do better out of Brayshaw and Sarong for the week.
I don't have either of them. It just annoys me that they can't have a good game together.
It's funny because I also see it down the other end with Amos and Tracy and Voss. It's like only one of them can have a really good week.
Well, I was just about to say, Josh Tracy has to be, not saying he's locked in, but he has to be in the conversation for All-Australian at this point.
Surely.
Like, he's having a very good season. He's not kicking 4 goals every week, but he's having an impact around the ground, which I think is the big thing that a lot of people are missing.
This is the weirdest thing, that he has to be in the conversation for All-Australian. He's not that good, but I think he should.
I'm saying he's not a key forward who's just impacting the scoreboard.
Yeah. No,
he's actually,
they use him down the back.
Yeah.
He's in the middle. He's
like everywhere. He had 19 touches and 11 marks in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a key forward, that's huge.
His marks are impressive. And I think I think he just shows up early. Like, he does the work. He shows up early. On wet days, he goes down and he's marking soapy wet balls to practice. Like, he's putting in the work and you can see it. And he's confident down there now. Are you laughing at my soapy wet balls, the two of you?
Yeah.
What?
I wasn't going to say anything.
I was like, which one of them was going to say something? All three.
Well,
just giggled.
I was willing to let it go. I was trying my best. So I was just,
Were
you know,
you?
I was. It crept
I
up
walked
on me.
into it and none of you took the bait. You just sat there giggling quietly.
We're
to
trying to
yourself.
let you have your moment, Cass,
Okay.
because you're not allowed to talk about their success, but you can talk about the things that they did good.
And they're good at touching soapy wet balls.
Fabulous.
There's the
Who
clip
else
for the
looked
week.
really good? Bolton and Shea Bolton looked really good. Contender for Mark of the Year. In the final quarter, Shea Bolton and I almost said Harley Reid. Murphy Reid had 25 disposals and 2 goals between the two of them. So they're so incredible, the two of them. And if you watch as many games as I do, they love to handball and kick to each other, those two. So it's really fun to watch.
He is another one. I despise Dwayne Russell. Can't stand him. However, he said something today where he said he, for a few weeks, has had Murphy Reid in his rolling All-Australian. And I reckon he's in the conversation on like a half-forward flank. And it's only his second season.
He's exciting to watch. He's really exciting. And I just can't wait for what comes next. And so, yeah, we are now undefeated as Wally Allop. In how many years we've been playing under that name, have won every game. So look out, everybody else. We'll just use that name.
Yeah, just change the name.
Use the name for the rest of the year.
Go woke. Brisbane at the Gabba this week. How do you feel about that one?
After seeing what happened to Brisbane on the weekend, yeah, looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Yeah, after Brisbane got shit mixed.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I'm not confident about playing GWS this week.
Oh, the way that they can turn it on like that. Oh boy.
Yeah. I was like, in Alice Springs, we played terrible at TIO. That's where we beat you by 100.
Yeah.
It's not a good time.
They did also lose to West Coast the week before.
I know. It's who could
It's a real roller coaster.
Who could do this one, Chris? Speaking of getting it done, Chris, do you want us to commiserate first or do you want to celebrate first? Because the Bulldogs beat Melbourne by 3 points. This week's host off has been won, unfortunately, by Chris.
I mean, I was not expecting this.
I thought the last quarter was very, very entertaining.
It was.
Despite my disappointment in the result.
There were 2 key moments in that last quarter. Riley West's chase down tackle on Jack Steele was incredible.
I was so angry, but it was so amazing.
Like, that was huge. And then there was a moment, I think it was in the last 2 minutes. It might have been a little bit early, but I think it was in the last 2 minutes. Aaron Norton on the wing had about 6 follow-up attempts at trying to get the ball and just trying to tackle and then knock the ball forward. And it was, to see that from a key forward was huge. And I think they were the 2 key moments in that last quarter. Because, we were leading for the entire game. And then in the last quarter, there was 5 lead changes. It was a crazy last quarter. And I thought we were kind of out on our feet. I thought we were done. But both teams kind of just kept finding another gear. And I think probably the most impressive performances for me was Rory Lobb. He played ruck full time against Max Gawn. And he wasn't absolutely disgraced. The hit-outs, Max had 42. Lobb still had 24. For a player who doesn't play ruck, he's a key defender. I thought Max was just going to have an absolute field day in this game. And he still played well, but he wasn't as dominant as what he has been this season.
I think I can tell you why that seemed that way. Western Bulldogs were really good in so Jess and I were out for a lot of this game. I was checking scores. We're at an AGM for a community organisation that Jess volunteers for. So we couldn't really check our phones. So I was kind of just looking at the scores on my watch. And I saw at one point we were 25 points down. And I was like, this is it. And then by the time we got to where we could actually sit the game, it was, within a goal. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But I was watching parts of the game the Western Bulldogs were so good in the contest of cutting off Gawn's taps and reading the play really well and then collecting on that loose ball, like capitalizing on the inefficiency of the Melbourne mid, and that's something that's so important, and you love to see it from your team.
There was the commentator, I don't know which commentator it was, but someone mentioned in the last quarter that we'd clearly done our homework on Gawn because there's a specific tap that he does forward of the contest when it's a throw in, and we kept cutting it off almost every time. And they said in the last few minutes, I think Gawn kind of has to try something different, and he did the exact same thing again. So yeah, it's rare to say it was a good coaching performance from Bevo, but it was a good coaching performance.
I'd say it's a good performance from your players.
Yeah. One of my favourite things, so got to mention again, Riley Sanders, another huge game, 30 disposals. He's having a breakout season with Liver being out of the team. But one of my favourite things from this game was almost exactly a week ago, I think it was last Tuesday, on one of the various Channel 7 footy shows, Caroline Wilson said that Marcus Bontempelli's knee is so bad that the club was considering just putting him on ice for the rest of the season, just ruling him out for the rest of the season. He then came out and had 29 touches and kicked 2 goals.
Yeah.
Every time. How many? Okay. How many needles are they sticking in his knee, do you think?
Well, they asked him after the game because they said, I was listening on Triple M after the game because they interviewed Bont on there, and they said to him, like, I keep hearing that you're walking on one leg, but like you look fine. And he said that there was probably 1 to 2 weeks where he felt really banged up. But he said since then we've had a few decent breaks in between games, and he said he just feels like it's getting better with each week. I think that he's probably just trying to get to the bye, and then when he gets that bye week off, he'll probably reset a bit. But
I feel the same about Ed Richards. Like Ed Richards feels like he's not 100% either, and he's just kind of trying to get to a break.
I mean, he had 30 and kicked 3 on the weekends.
I know, but he's not been doing that the last few weeks. Like it's the same as Bont, right? Like it's, they elevated when they had to, and I think you could see in that post game when they went to Bont, and Bont was like gas, and this is why he's all class, but he was just like essentially was like, Jesus, they took it right to us, and we this is a good win.
I believe he said, "Put a fork in me, I'm absolutely cool."
Yeah, that's it. That was. I love that.
Can you stick it right in my knee? It really just shove it in there for me, please.
Yeah, Jess, how many? You've done acupuncture before, Jess. How many needles do you reckon that is for his leg?
Oh, it's a lot of. I think our acupuncturist would be pulling out everything for that. The old Golshar stone and all that shit. Great. Come out there feeling $100.
Whoa, that much? $100?
After spending $100 to get it done.
Yeah, I think from the Melbourne, I saw a lot of Melbourne fans who were really upset about this loss, and I think that's because it was so close and quote unquote winnable when you're ahead and then you lose a lead. But if you watch the intensity of that last quarter, neither team was super clean, but like Chris said, there were just these moments where the Bulldogs did the right stuff at the right time to keep the momentum in their edge. I think that was a mark from Harvey Langford, but really it's I'm not going to hang my hat on a mark that happened in the last minute and a half that, Langford might have dropped, might have been knocked out, could have been paid at a different point in the game, but probably wasn't because umpiring is imperfect. Maybe just be ahead by more if you want to win a game.
I think that there's no reason for Melbourne fans to be disappointed with this game. And I think that you have to put in perspective that you guys are having a great season.
Oh, yeah.
In a year where everyone thought you were probably going to be bottom 4. You've knocked off some really good teams. A 3-point loss, you just, you're kind of a little bit that's a bit frustrating. But in the context of the season, you're still killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Jess, obviously, the close ones, she waits for the result before wanting to deciding if she wants to watch the highlights or just the game in its entirety. So I don't know, Jess, did you have any thoughts about this one?
Oh, look, I feel like it's always tough when it's such a close end result. But I do feel like when I glimpsed at the scores, I didn't watch the game. And quite frankly, I'm not going to waste 3 hours of my life watching it back when I know we don't win. But I think when it's so close like that, the frustration comes from the the possibility that it could have just swung the other way and gone our way. Like, it is so almost winnable. But it's like a double-edged sword, because at the same time, you kind of go, okay, well, it just didn't happen, and it wasn't in the last minute or the last 5 minutes or whatever. Like, we just weren't good enough to win, and that's fine. And if it had been a bigger loss, you'd be like, oh, well, we weren't even close. Like, we didn't even try. We couldn't even keep up with them. Like, they were 20 points ahead the whole game, but there'd be that commentary instead of it being like, oh, well, we should have won it. Like, I think you have to take that glass half full approach and go, well, yeah, we lost and it was only 3 points, but we've kept up. This could have been a 100-point blowout. We could have been Brisbane. So, like, that's a win. We've still got the percentage. They were the better team. Like, this is one of those losses where I'm like, yeah, look, the little bits that I've seen, like, I think we did well to keep up with them. I was hopeful that we might get over them when I heard the English was out, because I thought that we might have that ruck advantage from Maxi because he is so strong. But I think if you can do the research and plan your whole gameplay around taking advantage of the strategies that Max has, and I've got to bring up the fact that he did a little fucking segment the other week that was in the break, where maybe when we played the Eagles, they showed like a halftime thing on Fox that was like Max giving away all his ruck secrets.
Oh,
at,
yeah,
like,
because they were doing
halftime.
those
And I
segments
was
with the
like,
players.
and I said, what the fuck are we doing? Why is he not lying? Why does he not make up something?
Bevo's sitting there taking
like,
notes.
yeah. I was like, are the coaches allowed to watch this? Because if I was Andrew McQualter or whoever, I'd be sitting watching this go, oh, okay, he's got 4 signature moves. Let's plan for all of them. But
to
you
be,
look
to
at
be
what
honest,
happened and you're like, okay.
all coaches know those things, right? They've got
Well,
people
that's- yeah.
that watch those things close. The ruck coach knows those 4 moves without Max Corn having to tell it on a segment, right? That's the ruck coach's
But
job.
you still shouldn't say it. You should
Don't
just
say it out loud.
Can't wait
because-
for
Oh.
can't wait for next week when there's the Fremantle players discussing how they handle Soapy Wet Balls. Yeah, here's our
Surely that's
secret.
this week's episode title.
And yeah, as we must say as well, before we move on, congratulations to Adam Treloar for playing a full game of football without blowing out one of his legs.
Why would you
Yeah.
say that out loud?
Oh, no, next week's going to be awful. Sorry, darling.
And Libba Watch, Chris, how are they, any updates from Libba?
Oh, for
I-
Gass's team, yeah.
Do I drop him? Do I just keep him on my bench?
I also
Oh.
have him in a dynasty league.
Is that WSSC?
Yes,
Yeah.
where I was denied putting him on the long-term injury list earlier.
Oh, which I'm bringing up sanctions for that.
Yeah,
Okay, Chris.
I don't think he'll play again.
Mm.
No, it's not looking likely. I have him in a
No.
different draft league. And I'm
Yeah.
just
I think he'll be medically retired, or if it doesn't go to that
Aw.
point, I think he'll make the call himself. So I don't think he'll play
That
again.
feels really sad. I hate that. I know it's necessary, but when you say medically retired, in my head, I just picture somebody going out to a stable with a shotgun. And it just, it makes me nervous.
All right, well, what if we take him off to a farm instead of someone with a shotgun?
no, he doesn't want to go to
Oh,
Geelong.
God.
He can't play anymore. Guys.
It's I think it's especially sad because it's Libba and he's had so much. Like, I mean, he's done at least one ACL. I can't remember if he did the other one as well. He's had such an up and down career, and then it feels like over the last 5 years, he's really kind of like I think he finally got All Australian a couple of years ago. Feels like he's really kind of the end of his career has been the best part. I think we all were hoping that he'd get to the end of the year and then either retire this year or maybe go one more, and then to have it cut short like this, it sucks.
Yeah, I think at this point those tattoos are medically necessary. They're holding him together one Simpsons meme at a time.
Just quickly, my favorite Libba tattoo. He has a bar of Cadbury's fruit and nut tattooed on his knee or his thigh. It's somewhere on his leg. It's just
that one.
it's just a
too.
bar of Cadbury's fruit and nut. That's it.
I like when
That's a
someone
vibe.
asks him about the tattoos and he's just like, no, there's no rhyme or reason or meaning.
Yeah.
I like this thing.
Yeah.
Do you not like tattoos?
Why have you got a sauce bottle?
Fruit
I don't
and
know. I like sauce. Oh,
So Let's talk about Dreamtime at the G, which also happened this week. As we know, it was round 11 is a continuation of Sir Doug Nicholls' rounds. And we here at the Falcon pay our respects to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders who have contributed greatly to the game of football and to this beautiful, beautiful country that we are grateful to live in. Always was and always will be. Right, guys? Dreamtime at the G. Pre-game at Dreamtime is immaculate. I know they've only done it for a couple of years, but I remember thinking it was absolutely banging last year. And they had Dan Sultan as like the centerpiece of the performances this year. And I saw a tweet, and I'm sorry that I didn't save the tweet to attribute it to someone, but they essentially said, like, imagine looking at this and going, nah, night grand final would be no good.
I mean, the light show itself was incredible. Having the way that the lights were kind of in a circle around them on the ground, it just like the things you can do with lights are so impressive at night.
Yeah, thanks, Edison. This is what he was doing it for the whole time. Yeah, it's. Did I get you with that one?
Yeah, it was just so unexpected. Just imagine Thomas Edison just being like, "Fuck yeah, I got a shout out on a podcast."
And hey, he would be thrilled for that as well. He'd be absolutely thrilled for that. Yeah, 100% with you, Cass. Like the way that it's all set up, the beauty of it all, combined with like the indigenous like ceremonies and dances, and then going straight into like extremely talented performers who are local artists, like indigenous artists. Oh, it gave me goosebumps. Like, stuff you, Katy Perry's Hindenburg or whatever she did. Like, that's what I want. Did she have a blimp? Is that, I don't remember. I don't think I actually watched Katy Perry's
blimp. She had a giant, it looked like a sperm, a giant silver sperm whale. It looked like a sperm whale, a whale.
It's very different to a blimp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did everybody else enjoy this?
Yeah, it was. I missed the start of it because of the timing. I was putting the baby to sleep, but made sure that I went back to watch it, and it was so impressive. Yeah, any pregame, really great. You could see the players who were standing and watching and being like, "Oh, you like get up, go join them," like the Bulldogs and Carlton players did last week. Yeah, it was just really impressive, and it's a great showcase of Australian talent.
And on top of that, Essendon lost.
There's also that, yeah.
The
best was also impressive.
I can tell that these notes in our docket have been done by two different people because some of them are like very, very clearly anti-Essendon. Oh, because we've got Essendon are cooked as one of them, and then the other one that says they didn't give up despite 300 injuries and no spots on the bench.
Yeah, that was me. That one was me. I mean, they didn't give up. They played until the end, but some of those players were gassed.
I think they're legally required to play till the end. I don't think there's a Messi rule.
But they physically had nowhere to go. There was no spot on their bench.
Yeah.
At one point, there was 4 injured and maybe 1 spot on the bench for all of them.
So there was, a concussion, 2 hamstrings, and Andy McGrath's broken jaw?
2 concussions, I believe.
2 concussions.
Andy McGrath, jaw, Archer May, ribs. Tom Lynch is Richmond. Durham concussed. Guelphy's done a hamstring. Caldwell's got how do I pronounce that?
Syndesmosis.
Syndesmosis.
It's an ankle injury.
Right.
This is one of those times where I miss Jesse because I feel like if I asked him to somehow put this into the lyrics of Talkin' Softball from that Simpsons episode, he would willingly do it.
That's
but
what
then
I was
he'd also be
thinking
sad.
of.
Yeah, he'd also be sad because it's his own team.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he messaged me either during this game and he just went, I'm so done with football.
He was like, I won't be on the podcast this week.
That week he was almost going to be on the podcast.
Oh, he was so close to being on the podcast.
I will say that whilst I like to revel in Essendon's misfortune, and I thought this was very funny, this loss. There were some injuries, like use that as an excuse. Like some of the attempts at passing were horrific. Like they played horrendously. But what I don't like seeing is the fans booing the players off the ground, abusing them, and dropping their scarves down on the players. It looked like Nate Caddy was having a go at a guy in that video as well.
I respect it.
Yeah, like it's, and I mean, we've been through this so many times. We saw it so many times with Carlton last year. There were so many videos of their fans going off at them. Like, if you think that the players just go out there and then cop another loss and just go, oh well, like at least I still earn good money. Like it fucking affects them. Like, just don't be a dick about it.
Just turn around, go to Gimlet like Mrs. Merritt does.
Exactly.
Leave the game early.
Exactly.
Mrs. Merritt.
If Mrs. Merritt doesn't have to be there, you don't have to be there either. Just
Yeah, Jess, where would you go when Melbourne eventually bottom out?
I probably just wouldn't go in the first place. I wouldn't even be on my radar. I'd be at home.
Yeah.
I was
See,
just
take it from us.
No, but I was just thinking about the booing, because when you said the booing, I thought you were going to mention how Parrish got booed when he got the award thing. And I watched the video of that before I saw the video of the scarves being thrown down the race and stuff. And when I watched the video of Parrish, I was like, oh my God, this is disgusting. Like, how can people be booing him? It's not his fault he got picked to win the award. And obviously, I assumed it was Richmond booing him. But now I'm starting to think it was his own team that were booing him when he won an
was
award.
Mrs. Merritt.
It was his own team.
From
It
Gimlet.
was Zach Merritt and Nate Caddy were just standing off to the side going, boo.
It's just crossed my mind. I'm like, oh, okay. They were already incandescent with rage, and then I don't know, did that tip them over the edge? It just feels so pathetic to do that. Like, first of all, guys, it's just a fucking game. Grow up. It is literally inconsequential. It doesn't matter at all. Throw your scarves at grown men walking down the race. Like, are you for real? There's
and
children
then what?
watching that.
You don't get those back, and you just don't have.
That's $25. Are you a moron?
$25. Ooh, knockoff scarves.
God. It just, like, the whole thing, shambles. The game was a shambles anyway. Both teams were crap, really, like, in terms of skill. Like you said, Chris, like, they both kicked 14 behinds or something ridiculous. Like,
So I didn't
on
watch
fire.
because my team was playing at the same time. They
Oh,
doubled
yeah,
up.
which
What a
also-
surprise.
So
the
does
worst
anyone
things to
want
happen.
to say anything nice about Richmond? I know we had some Richmond fans that listened.
I do actually want to say, I thought the really good news story out of the night was Patrick Rechko,
Yes.
who a lot of people think should have probably won the medal. 27 touches, didn't kick any goals, but 27 touches, had a big game. So he was being delisted by Geelong last year, and then Richmond ended up trading for him. They traded pick 99, which is the lowest pick that's ever been traded for a player. He was basically traded for nothing. Came in, and yeah, he's had a decent start to the season. He's actually just been named the Rising Star this week as well.
Oh.
So I thought that was the
good
really
on
good
him.
news story out of the game.
I'd like to, while we're talking about good things, Jaden Short has just gotten back to his old self
Yeah.
this year as well. I think you probably make a case for him to win the medal as well with 30 touches, a goal, and 723 metres gained.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's a lot of metres. Darcy Parish was actually pretty close to him. It is a lot of metres, guys. Check the numbers. Number go up, big number. And also Jack Ross, who has just been having a very, very good, solid year as
Super
a
under the
guard.
radar.
Yeah, he's only 25. He's like in the perfect window now to come into his own, just needs the opportunity. And I'm really glad to see that they're giving it to him. I've been following him for a while now because I own him in a keeper league, which is the best way to learn about players who you're like, I don't know who that guy is. And I'll be like, that's my boy. Don't look at him out there. I'm so proud of him. Not you, Nate Caddy. No, yeah. I think this was very good for Richmond to be so dominant. I think they needed that. They really needed just a game where they were in control.
Mm.
And speaking of in control, the Gold Coast Suns thought they were in control for a lot of their game.
100% of their game. They were winning.
Almost 100% of their game. We got this. And North did not lead at any point during this game. They come back from a 43-point deficit in the second quarter, was the highest margin, to win after the siren with a Zohar free kick directly in front. Literally just had to put it through any of the sticks.
Yeah.
And
So the draw was on. The draw was on, and then Yeah.
On
just as
on one hand, we've been robbed of a draw, which is almost a crime, really. And on the other hand, we have been graced with the Gold Coast Suns losing in a funny way. Chris, you hate North Melbourne. Does this say anything about their grit and determination, or are you still a hater?
Look,
No,
my viewpoint on this game is good on North. Great win. Great for the fans.
He's about to say the thing, guys.
Great for the fans. I think that there's probably something to be said about Gold Coast playing back-to-back games in Darwin and them not being able to run this game out. Like, they were dominant early. They were absolutely destroying them. And I think that, like, who knows? Maybe it was just North were the better team in the end. But I think that there's probably something to be said because we saw the same thing with St Kilda against Freo on Friday night. Like, St Kilda weren't dominant, but they were playing very well and they were getting the job done against Freo. And then the second half, they just completely faded away after playing in Darwin the week before against Gold Coast. So, I don't know.
Conspiracy?
I don't know, but I found
Conspiracy?
a reason, says Chris. I think there's another common denominator that the Suns and St Kilda could have, and that's that they're both pretenders.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh,
To be fair, were St Kilda ever contenders?
Yeah, I think some people rated them higher than they currently.
Ross Lyon's opinion
Ross
doesn't
Lyon.
count. Yeah.
Oh my god, did you see that video of him with the Labubu?
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, that was
That sounds
the most
terrifying.
cringe thing I've ever seen in my life, and it made me sick.
I did see something on the weekend. I don't know who tweeted this, but Tom de Koning this season is ranked like the 24th ruckman in the league. He's not even the highest ranked ruckman on his own team because Rowan Marshall's having a much better season.
Wow, it's almost like this is what everybody said.
Yeah, so the highest paid or second highest paid player in the league behind Naz is, yeah.
Jess, I know we watched this one. We watched the last quarter of this one just to experience the joy. What did you make of it?
It wasn't as electric as I expected it to be, but I don't know if that's just because we only watched a snippet of it. Like, I feel like maybe if we'd watched the bad, the good would feel better. But I just kept thinking of Chris the whole way through, thinking that this was just the Pretender Bowl, and we were going to find out who is the bigger pretender of them all.
They're both pretenders.
Yeah. I mean, a draw would have been really fitting, I think.
It would have been. I was hoping that it was
really
going to be, and then
appropriate.
Zohar marked it, and I was like, for fuck's sake.
To not be too negative, I would like to say I thought it was an absolutely brilliant move to play Cooper Trembath in the ruck and move Sherry forward. It was very clear that maybe they were gassed, but it was very clear they didn't know how to deal with the big helmeted freak in their forward line because he clunked a few marks that were just like, was anyone trying? Like, where's Sam Collins? Like, where's Mac? Like, what's happening? But just like, I don't want to give any credit to Alistair Clarkson, so how do I say this? Cooper Trembath is actually really talented across a lot of facets of the ground. So it's nice that he's being utilised a lot more, and he's a bit of a cult figure at North, I didn't realise. But even, I know a friend of the show, Damo, he bought a Cooper Trembath jersey just because he loves him so much. And I was like, why did you buy that? And Damo's response was, because it's Cooper Trembath. And I was like, why does everyone keep saying that like it should mean something to me?
I was going to say, I feel like I have never heard that name before in my life.
Yeah.
It shows you how many North Melbourne games I've watched.
No, people just really love him, and it's really good to see. Sheasel was great in this one as well, I thought. LDU, prolific. I love it when LDU's doing well because
He's having a big season.
He's copped a lot of crap, and I know we're not a Supercoach podcast, but Supercoach-wise, I started him in my classic team over Nick Dacos, and he has been better than Nick Dacos for the season. Just in Supercoach terms.
That's because Nick Dacos peaked 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Chris.
You walked right into that one.
Hey.
You just opened the door and he came flying through with his foot up.
And has it been correct? Yes. To this point in time, yes.
To this point in time.
To be clear, he's still one of the best players, but he's been one of the best players for 2 years.
But he was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He hasn't won a Brownlow. He hasn't won a Norm Smith. If anything, he's gotten
will let you know
he's gotten
about
worse.
it.
Didn't win the
Yes,
best
sounds
and fairest. Peaked.
Well, speaking of players who have peaked, Scott Pendlebury played his 433rd game. Did you guys know?
What? On the weekend?
Had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Completely just blew me out of the water watching that.
Yeah, I don't
Shit.
care about this game, but I brought it up because what the hell? I thought only Pendlebury was meant to be wearing a jersey, but the whole team was wearing gold numbers.
Yeah,
And
apparently.
that was a surprise to the players as well. So the
Yeah.
players didn't even know that was happening. They got their
Yeah.
jerseys and they were all gold. And they were like, oh my God.
They thought it was
They-
such a flex though. Like all the socials, they're like, oh, look, we surprised the
But
boys
really,
with the gold. I'm like,
It's just a
fuck
chance
off.
for everyone to make more money, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
what I
gold
said.
jerseys.
Pendles is just tallying up how many jerseys he can sell at the end of the thing.
I
I
think
want to
the
be very clear that I don't think that Scott Pendlebury doesn't deserve the record or that he's not been a good player or he's not had a good career. I think the thing that gives me the ick is the commercialization of it all. Like,
Yep.
he launched it. Did he launch a YouTube channel as well? Like alongside
Yeah,
this?
he announced it like on his Facebook verified page or whatever he's got. That he's just riding the wave, I think.
Yes,
What?
like to be clear, if this had happened to someone on my team, I'd be very excited for 433 games. I mean, when David Mundy hit 300 games and it was Mundy 300, we got right behind it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bought a jersey or, put a bid on an auction for a jersey. But I think the thing that makes this kind of so icky is just how long it was drawn out and yeah, it is a big deal. It's the most games that anyone, and he's just going to keep beating that record as long as he keeps playing. But yeah, the what's the word?
I think the engineering of it all as
Yeah.
well, like I'm gonna make sure it's against West Coast, and I
Yeah.
have to I'm gonna rest
In
myself, and I'm gonna
Melbourne.
like all that's like it wasn't kind of that natural organic progression of just like, oh, by the way, next week's 433. Wicked, hey? Like this is the most games anyone's ever played. Oh my god, everyone's so excited. Instead it was like, okay, so if I rest next week and I play that one and then I rest again and then I've got time to launch my bottle of wine. How many jerseys can I have printed in that time? Got to do that YouTube channel as well. I'll make sure to do some social posts. And how much money is this going to make me? Great. And I'll be at the G. We'll do it against West Coast. And then everybody was rooting for West Coast anyway, apart from every person with no teeth that goes for Collingwood.
It felt very
Just felt
manufactured.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah.
Look, I will say, this is just our opinions. We're not Collingwood supporters. And like Cass said, if this was my team, I'd probably be more pumped for it. But also, I don't think we've ever seen this level of it, plus the media exhaustion that comes with it. If you're a Collingwood fan or you're a Scott Pendlebury fan and you loved this, I'm so happy for you. But this was just like the fireworks, all icky.
It was modification of it, and
Yeah.
it was just a bit.
Were
Because
they
you're just bragging
gonna?
on people after a certain point as well.
Were they still gonna have the fireworks if West Coast won? Like that would have been very
I hope
funny.
so. While the West Coast song plays.
To be completely honest, like I've always liked Pendles. I mean, I think he's always been a very well liked figure. Everyone respects him. But ever since Cass told us last week that he only makes his
He only
side of
makes
the
his
bed,
side of the bed.
I can't get past that. I just think he's a piece of shit now.
Yeah.
I will argue with you, Clarky, that I don't think he deserves the record anymore purely because of that.
That's fair. So I think West Coast stayed in this game for quite a long time, which was really good to see. They've been playing a bit better the last few weeks, so I hope that can continue for them. I don't know whether that will translate to any wins, but it's nice to see them not being awful.
One of my friends posted on Instagram, like, the commentators making it sound like we're like Make-A-Wish kids out there. Like, oh, these West Coast kids, good on them, getting
They
a chance
get to play with
in
Scott
front of
Pendlebury in his special game.
And I mentioned it to my husband. He's like, well, they kind of are. Like, this is not the Eagles that won all these premierships. Like, this is a very young, nothing team. Like, they're not good. This
Whoa,
team.
Elliot Yo's still there in his 25th season.
Yeah.
Let's get him a banner and a gold star. Yeah, it is funny though.
Jamie Elliott did his ACL.
Not funny.
Oh, that was sad.
That was really sad.
I felt really sad about that. Like I don't like seeing anybody get that seriously injured.
That's probably him
in
done,
a game.
surely.
Yeah.
They said for the year, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you mean for good?
I think maybe for good.
I think he was
Medically retired,
already.
take him out with a shotgun.
Yeah.
do him and Libber in
Meet at the stable.
one shot, save on the bullets.
No.
Just stand back to back.
Take him to a farm where they can just
It's
roam
economical.
together.
And then
I think a lot of people were saying about Jamie Elliott that I think he was going to look for a trade at the end of the year to finish off his career. So that might be done. I think that's why a lot of people are saying that might be him just completely done now.
Oh.
Yeah, you never know. I think there probably are some clubs that could use his experience, maybe, and that would be a reason enough to get him across on maybe a small contract, but hopefully not, but maybe. Speaking of leg injuries, a guy got his leg broken while trying to steal one of the Pendle balls from his captain's run, whatever it was.
Oh, was that the footage?
He got
some
Citizen.
footage.
He tried to nick a ball, SP433 ball, got Citizen arrested and broke his
Was
leg.
it Michael Voss?
No, it was just a guy. Very funny, I guess.
It would have been funnier if it was Pendles who tackled it. Just like, hey, I'm going to make money off that ball. Get back here. Just takes his leg out. Yeah.
Fuck you. Oh.
Okay, so I want to talk about Yardapulti versus Carlton, but I don't have much to say about this game. Port got smashed by Carlton. Really glad that Carlton are playing better.
Are you?
I'm indifferent. I'm happy for
Okay.
Lek, my Carlton friends.
Friend of the show.
And my other Carlton friends like Pommy, who is great content creator who does blues content. But there is a blues content creator who I think people should be rallying around. I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but the Carlton Besties were I think there are 4 of them actually that work on the Carlton Besties. But they are women who do content based on the Carlton Football Club. It's, I like their content. It's not for everyone, but it's really great that they're out there doing it. They're very popular. They've got a lot of followers. Another podcast was, what's the best way to do this without making them sound like the incredible fuckwits they are? I'm saying partial. Anyway, they were
You don't
being
need to.
a bunch of men on a shit podcast that has a shit name. Came out
We're
and-
starting a war here. Fuck
Oh.
them.
Yeah, no, seriously, fuck them. This is ridiculous. They were deciding to talk about who, out of all Carlton content creators, they could be in a celebrity-style boxing match. And one of the hosts, I believe his name is Rocco, said, "I would punch the fuck out of the Besties."
Mm-hmm.
Because of course he did. Because of it's such a cheap thing to say.
And then they all laughed.
And they all laughed. And one guy, one of the fellow co-hosts, or maybe it was someone behind the cameras, said, "That's Carlton respects right there. That's respects round right there."
I was about to say that that's this round. Round 12 is the Carlton Respects game, which is using the power of football to drive gender equality and raise awareness to end violence against women and girls.
Mhm.
Literally the week before that, this podcast is.
Didn't he then doubled down
Yes.
on the clip
So-
that I saw?
I mean, I could
beat them in a fight.
I was like, no, you said you beat the shit out of them.
He basically said
There's a
that
couple
he
of
blamed
things,
it
isn't
on that all the pages that were posting it and sharing it were taking the clip out of context and weren't posting the full conversation. I was like, and then he went on to explain the full conversation. I was like, yeah, no, that's
that's
well,
what
the
we thought.
conversation
That's what everyone
expanded to
thought.
him pointing out that he also said that he would fight a teenage content creator. So essentially he said, not only would I punch women, I would punch a kid.
Anyway, I
which-
think they've had their memberships revoked, and then I'll
Yeah.
it.
So the man Rocco who said this horrendous thing had his membership revoked for the rest of the year. I believe his banned. If I don't think it was fully revoked, but all members of that particular podcast have been offered access to the Carlton Respects training and education resources, so that they can hopefully learn to not be complete dipshits. Fingers crossed for you fellas. Anyway, all this to say, go and support. I was going to say the Carlton Besties, but it's not just them, isn't it? Go and support content creators who are able to make content without being fuckheads. But most importantly, marginalized content creators have it so difficult. When you find content that is genuinely made by these people and you enjoy it, be positive. If you don't like it, move on. And most importantly, don't say that you would punch the fuck out of someone. you can easily have conversations without saying that you would punch someone or assault them or being derogatory towards them. This was not okay, and yeah, it'll never be okay. Fuck you, jumper punch cunts. Honestly, fucking, it's so exhausting. I saw one person out there, actually, this is the one last point that I'll make. One person was like, this isn't even a Carlton issue. I don't know why they're getting involved. They're being the thought police and whatever. And it's like, no, this isn't, they're free to say it. But then the consequences that come with that are the free speech portion where now they're not welcome to Carlton games. Now they're outed in the communities that they thought were safe for them. And to be quite honest, good.
Yeah, I think anyone that gets on a microphone knows that if they are saying that they are a member or a supporter of a team, you are still representing that team. You know, people all know who the four of us go for. And if we're suddenly bad, you know, saying, coming across bad, like that's bad, looks bad for our team. And so, yeah, you face the consequences of your free speech, quote unquote.
Yeah. And also, I think a lot of people forget that when you are recording a podcast or a YouTube video or anything like that, it's not just that you say something in the moment, you can't get that back. There's multiple chances where you edit that and then you listen back and you go, yeah, no, that was funny.
Probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
keep it in.
Someone has made a conscious effort to listen back to that and go, ha, that was funny. We're going to keep that in.
Yeah, it's never just banter. And support women, support people of colour, support marginalised people, support
And Clarky, I was hoping
LGBT.
maybe you could go back and take out the bit where I said Fremantle might never lose again, because I'm worried that's now going to be...
I'll bleep it out.
Thank you so much.
Is that good enough? Yeah. And we'll finish this one off by talking about specifically the third quarter between the Giants and the Lions, where the Giants scored 14-2 to 0-4.
14 goals in a quarter.
It is the most goals in a VFAFL third quarter in history. And it was against the reigning premiers from a team that lost to West Coast a week ago.
They were really embarrassed by that.
I like how last week we spoke about the Adelaide North game and I said that second quarter is probably the most dominant quarter of football I've seen in history. And then GWS were like, no, fuck you, we can go better. Yeah.
The Oracle strikes again, just putting it out into the universe. Can you say something good about Melbourne or something? Like,
no,
channel that
not at all.
please for next season.
It's a real Danhausen of you, Chris. We'll pay you human money for you to say good things about our teams. This is a great wrestling reference that is just for me and Chris, I think. Yeah, Jess and I we were watching this game, sort of half watching, and then I think we both looked up and went, another one. Another one.
Yeah, just kind of in the background, like we were, you know, playing on our phones or whatever, and just listening to the commentary of, you know, this person's kicked a goal or it's this, and they were kind of slowly counting up and going, oh, that's 5 in a row, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, oh, that's 8 in a row now. That's, wow, yeah, they're really on fire. Brisbane, they really need to rally and like kick on back. Blah, blah, blah. Then it was like, okay. And it just kept going. And I was like, we're still in the same quarter? Is there, like, have I missed a break somewhere?
If you're someone that's never looked at the worm on the timeline on the AFL app, look, that is the steepest worm I've ever seen.
That worm was tired. He was like
it's like, what is this? The 1,000 steps at Infantry Gully? My goodness.
Mount Dandenong, is that you? Yeah, this was great. I'm really happy for the Giants that they're able to bounce back. Brisbane will come back from this, like, absolutely no way they don't respond. I'd hate to be playing them next week.
That's right, because we're never going to lose again.
And fingers crossed that this is the Giants getting all their goals out before they play Melbourne at TIO.
Well, luckily for us, we're playing Pendles in his record-breaking 434th game. Unless he gets managed, who fucking knows?
I hope you guys all come out with gold on your...
Oh, no. He's having a break this week for sure. There's no way that's not take it. He's like an old person now. When they do too much on one day, you've just got like, okay, he needs a couple of sleeps now.
He's going to be sitting at home. He's got to be at home on eBay. He's got to be keeping an eye on all those auctions.
He's got a packed schedule, man. He's got shit to do. Setting up his future for his kids.
This is a weird thing that I thought during this game though, but I kind of love the GWS goal songs the most because I feel like they got on the trend early. I think, was it Brisbane were really doing it first and then the Giants kind of followed, but something about Carl Brown's song El Sonidito. Just like, I remember first hearing it and you kind of like half hear it in the background and you can only hear there's like a keyboard that's sort of going in the background that just sounds like and I'm like, what the hell is that? I looked up the song and now I can hear it. You know, like you have that recollection, you can hear the song clearly by just hearing that little bit. So I'm just like, every time they're like just dancing around, like, yeah.
I feel sorry for the guy that
vibing.
had to press the buttons for the goals. He would be like, oh my God, oh my God.
Not again.
Oh my God, who is
You
it
know
now?
what?
I heard Teenage Dirtbag at least 4 times.
Yeah. Well, my favourite part about this was that they kept mentioning that it was Lucky Neal's birthday through the whole thing. And I just kept thinking about Jules sitting at home and being like, go on, kick another one.
Happy
Do it.
birthday, big boy.
This one's from me.
Let's jump to the 5th quarter. This week, I have asked you guys to do some homework for this 5th quarter based on an Instagram post that Jess sent me.
Hey, can you play the sound because I did homework for this bit?
Yeah, sorry. Did Cass do her homework?
Yes.
Did Cass do her homework?
I want to do some investigative research. Oh, maybe I'll set myself a task for next week.
Cass, did you do your homework?
For this bit, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this week, the scenario is that you have 24 hours where you must hide/escape from an AFL mascot of your choosing. I added in since these mascots are probably going to be super powered or at least have some abilities in a form, I did say that if you wanted, you could bring an item or object of your choice that essentially was not an I win button, but something that would be useful to you along the journey. Essentially, it would be, there's a game show that is, where regular people try to escape the police and have to get to like a point and then extracted from the game without being captured. This is essentially that. I told you to pitch me your ideas and we'll go from there. We've all got one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with Chris because I was the most intrigued by Chris's pregame because he was very confident and then was like, I need to change my answer.
Yeah, I've changed my answer.
What was your original answer?
So, I was tossing up between 2, and weirdly, I haven't gone with either of them. So originally, I was going to go with the GWS Giant.
Oh.
G-Man, I believe his name is.
He's huge.
He's huge, but his feet and head are both comically large, and I just feel like he would topple over if he tried to chase after you. So that was my reasoning behind G-Man. But the other one I was going to go with this was the Sydney Swan because it does not look threatening at all.
Also, its name is
he's got
Siggy.
the biggest hips I've ever seen.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it does have the powers of a swan, so I feel like they're much more threatening than you give them credit for.
That's true. I've ended up.
Hungry.
I am going with the Moz Skeeter Reynolds from Essendon, the bomber.
I have reasons why I think this is one of the worst ones you could have picked.
This is on the top of my list as to not to choose.
Yeah,
of
this
your
was like
list.
top 3.
Really?
This is like top 3 or 4 for me, like not picking this.
Mhm.
Does not
No
look.
way, I nearly picked him.
Yeah, does not look threatening. And my item that I
What,
would
the guy
take.
with a sword face?
It's a soft sword face.
Oh no, like he's got a real one. Like we're personifying.
Oh, it doesn't
these,
matter.
Chris.
My item that I would take would be a can of Aerogard. So fuck you, Moz, you're done.
Surely that's an item that you
Yeah, that's an I win item.
It's
gone
not
with
an I win item.
Yeah, you're right, because they sometimes don't listen to them, so maybe it just makes him less accurate when he tries to hit you with his sword face and suck Chris dry.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
He's a mosquito.
Don't flip that. You're going to have to cut.
His abdomen will be swollen with Chris's blood.
Glad you said blood. If I were to choose again, it would be the Sydney Swans one, especially because his name is Sid Siggy Skilton. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
his
so
name
he's
is
definitely
Siggy.
stopping for darts.
yeah, he clearly he's stopping for darts. He's stopping to take breaths. He's stopping to cough.
Yeah.
He's in the picture I'm looking at him. He's stopping to twirl around goalposts. He's not threatening at all.
I think I'm gonna have to
being a
accept
s-
your original answer of the mosquito, which is horrifying because he can also fly, Chris. Mosquitoes can fly.
Also, Chris, have you ever been in a room late at night that's dark with a mosquito in there? And all you can do is just hear it buzzing around your head? They find you. It doesn't matter where you are. They can smell you and they can find you.
Chris gets a head start, but he wakes up in the middle of the night and the giant version of Moz is just standing over the bed, just like,
Next to his ear going... He's like, where are you? Where are you?
Chris grabs his Aerogard and is out the house in his little tidy whities. Oh, no, that's great, Chris. I love that. Thank you so much. Jess, I'm going to skip to you because you're the next person in my windows.
Well, Chris has actually stolen my thunder a bit here because I actually did go with GWS's mascot.
See? That was my original answer.
He's a giant. Why are you picking the giant? It's like running away from Godzilla.
It's like every 5 steps you take, he takes 1.
Yeah, until he...
But have you seen his shoes?
Yeah, the third...
He's not running fast at all.
Yeah,
Exactly. The third step, he's going to topple over.
I feel like, I haven't heard yours yet, Clarky, but I feel like Chris and Jess are going off the literal mascots, whereas maybe Cassie and Clarky are going on the
theater of the mind.
Of, you say giant, I see a giant.
Yeah.
You say mosquito, I see a tiny mosquito.
I'm thinking he's a big man.
Yeah.
I will give you the shoes, but I will also say that because he is a giant, there is some crushing power behind those shoes. So you have to outrun if he can. Also, that smile on the mascot face, the most horrifying to turn a corner and him to appear like a horror villain.
Yeah, look, absolutely nightmare fuel of being chased by him, the mascot, or whatever version of him it's going to be. But I just I look at him and I just think I could absolutely take you. I don't
Well,
I don't know what it is.
What's
I
your
just
object?
got the confidence.
Have you decided an object to take?
No, I'd get some of those. I was going to say stop strips, but they're too big, I think. So I was thinking of the things that you have in doorways to keep the carpet down on the floor. Just one step on there, he's going to be over, finished. He's clearly not got a good center of gravity. I'm just going to play on that.
I like that you're like, I get an object. I'm going full Home Alone.
Yeah. Get him stuck on the floor because his height is his greatest advantage and also his greatest weakness.
Yeah.
So I'm going to capitalize on that and I'm going to make sure that it's a weakness.
One positive.
Because I'm not going to outrun him.
One of the biggest positives, I think, is that you can hear him coming.
Exactly.
It's
you know exactly where he is.
sound.
Yeah, because as he's big sound, and it's fee, fi, fo, fum.
That actually works. That works on 2 levels, Cass, because she is an English woman.
I smell the brother of English.
Yeah.
I was like, what comes next? There we go.
Yeah, what?
Got it. Cass was making a reference that she didn't even get.
I just took a moment to get there. Yeah.
I did think about the swan as well, Chris. I think you and I were sharing a brain cell when we were looking at these.
Dangerous.
There's only one going around.
Speaking of the English side of me, my biggest concern is that swans are very good at breaking arms and they're also protected by the Queen. So there's really not very much that I can do to the swan to escape. So that was
also they
that
mate
was a
for
worry.
life, so it's not one you'd be outrunning. It'd be
Exactly.
2.
There's going to be a Mrs. Swan somewhere around the corner,
Mrs.
probably in front of you.
Mrs.
Yeah, Mississippi. Dow, come back here. That's who you're running from.
Excellent. Excellent. This is great. Cass.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned, I used the mascots as a guide, so I took it more literally. So I've gone through, and number 1 that I crossed out was Skeeter, because I cannot disappear from mosquitoes. Find me no matter where I am. They find me. They like my blood. They find me. I could not outrun one. So it doesn't
Get a
matter where I go.
fly wire.
Even if I go underground, they will find me. Somehow they get in, Chris. So I've crossed Skeeter out. I've crossed out any of the birds.
Yes,
I want a
right?
hawk, eagle, crow, magpie. No, they can fly. They can find you
damaging
anywhere.
birds.
Mhm.
And if in large mascot form.
And also, magpies and crows magpies talk to each other and crows. So if you've wronged one magpie, all the others know about it and the crows. So it doesn't matter if I'm just running from one. All of them, the murder of crows are after you. So they're out.
The magpie one looks particularly threatening. I think it's the slender legs.
The human legs.
Yeah.
I've also then crossed out anyone that's just a guy. So Johnny the dog, he's out.
You've crossed out a lot here.
The port guy, that's a
Well, we're
guy.
narrowing it down.
I'm not a very fast runner. A guy can find you and catch you. There's that show they can, they know how to find you and
The
catch you.
port guy as well. He's the power of electricity.
He's electricity. He can chase you. and catch you.
He's also
close
handsome
enough.
Squidward.
He's got a real
not
big jaw.
handsome. Unrootable, I would say.
I crossed out, speaking of guys, the demons. Don't want demons chasing you. That's just
No.
90% of your life.
Fair. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the same thing, but for the saints as well on the other side. You don't want heaven or hell after you.
You don't want the devil on one side, the angel on the other.
But they're non-threatening.
Depends on which angels you
I don't know.
look at, Chris.
I feel like if you've got a saint on your side, then you're not going to win that fight. So I have narrowed it down to the bulldog. The
Really?
the
That's
Western
the one that
bulldogs.
can run you down.
Yeah.
Have you seen an English bulldog? Now, I looked up the temperament and personality of an English bulldog, and they are laid back and loving. They're incredibly affectionate, people-oriented dogs. They're known for being patient and tolerant. They have low energy. They are low-endurance dogs that require minimal daily exercise, about 20 to 30 minutes, and prefer lounging to long-distance running. My special object, I'm just going to throw a sausage at him and go for a run, and he's not going to catch me.
Hearing that
Go on,
description,
Scooby-Dooed him.
hearing that description has made me realize why I go for the bulldog.
Just they prefer lounging.
It's a very good
Also-
fit.
The Bulldogs are the only team to have a real dog. So they've retired Caesar, but now their dog is Sunny. Back on that, actually, I thought of maybe using the Gold Coast because I was like, oh, they've got the sun. You can just run away at night and then hide somewhere. But actually, it's not actually the sun. It's a guy named Sunny as
It's
well.
a guy with the powers of the sun. Yeah.
So that's why I have gone with the Western Bulldogs, the real dog, Sunny the Bulldog.
I say this with nothing but care in my heart, Cass, but even for 20 or 30 minutes, do you think you could outrun a dog?
Have you seen English Bulldog? They are
it's
so
his job to
fat
catch you.
and stumpy. Their legs are so fat and stumpy. I could outrun a bulldog.
All it needs to do is just take out your legs like a bowling ball.
I reckon I could do it.
I
One-
could not outrun a dog. I would be on the floor with the dog, just
Okay.
like that.
Oh, playing with it.
Yeah, he sucks you in.
Yeah,
At the end of the 24 hours, can we just play?
yeah.
Also, they're not built for swimming. I just read that on my
Not
pictures.
built
Are
for
you?
swimming.
I mean, I'm more built for swimming than an English Bulldog is.
Check
So if
this.
I had to,
Okay.
I could jump in the Yarra.
What if it was one of the ones that's just a head with like guy legs?
Like an actual mascot.
There's like a pack of 4 of them in this
Yeah.
article that I've got.
Yeah. We have a whole
Uh,
pack.
Which
I think
footy
their
mascots
heads
are
are
the
too-
sexiest on pedestrian.tv?
I think their heads are too big for them to run fast.
But the giant's head isn't.
Powers of giant. It's
Too
proportionate,
tall.
Chris.
Anyway, I made my choice.
Okay, and I ruled out the birds for the same reason as Cass, but in my head I was just interpreting they would have bird-like powers, and hawks and eagles crush my skull, especially if they're giant man-sized, mascot-sized birds. Just pick me up and drop me. Like I'm not messing with that. A sword face, absolutely not, Chris. Miss me with sword face. I also ruled out a lot of the guys that I'm just like would have innate abilities. You know, heaven magic, hell magic, saints and demons gone. Power of electricity, no. I don't want to know what the Carlton Blues man does, but I assume it would be give me depression and he wouldn't have to catch me. Because I would just need a blanket and a cuddle.
You curl up with the bulldog.
Yeah. Obviously, continue with no birds means no Sydney. Lions? Look,
No.
was it Mr. Briz Vegas? What's his name?
He looks very cool.
Yeah, he looks real chill, but also I think he's probably he looks like he has connections. So I had to
I've
rule
got to
him
be honest. I considered him because he's giving me Ray Charles. And I thought
think
this
he's
is a
right?
good start for me. He's cumbersome and he looks like he's got very tinted glasses on. Will he even be able to see me? But you go off. If you don't want him, that's fine.
Also,
And I
it's a
didn't-
lion, you guys.
Yeah, it's a lion. And the same reason why I
Again,
wouldn't pick
I
a
would
tiger.
die petting a
Hunters and
lion.
predators.
I would go that way. You couldn't drag me away from a lion and a
Yeah.
tiger.
and also missed me with a tiger for that. There was one other that I ruled out for a very good reason, and that was Mr. and Mrs. Kangaroos.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen a kangaroo? I would not.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
No, they got speed and ferocity, two things which I can not equip to fight. I considered the Geelong cat because big head, maybe unbalanced. I could probably get away, but I landed on in the end Johnny the dog.
A process of elimination. I thought that's where you were going.
Now, my theory with Johnny here is that he looks like he doesn't give a shit about
No.
anything. I think I could lose him on apathy alone. Like, if I hide from him long enough, like, if he can't find me after like a couple hours, he's probably like, man, I gotta go catch some waves. Or whatever his surfer
Whatever it is,
lifestyle leads
I
him
think
to.
he works at the dock. I think there's got to reach a point where he's got to clock on and he's like, I can't chase him anymore. I've got to get back to
Takes
work.
his work very seriously. That's true.
Yeah,
He's
Johnny-
probably unionized as well.
Johnny needs the overtime because Lord knows they're not paying mascots enough. So I'm going entirely on his haphazard vibes, his awful, weird, like one sticking up hair bit, and the sweatbands. I
Who knows?
guess.
Have you seen the muscles on him though? Look at his calves.
Yeah,
Because
but
he's
if
lifting
he's-
stuff at the dock. It's
Yeah,
the heavy
if he's
ropes
not-
and stuff.
If he's not motivated to use them for the reason, so I just need to hide from him long enough.
And
I
your
was
secret
thinking-
weapon can be, oh, yeah, you go.
Well, I was thinking I could ship myself somewhere. So
Oh, I thought you said...
Oh, is that your item?
Ship
The
with a
box?
P.
Yeah,
Not a P, Chris.
I thought you said something different. I was like,
He's going
I
to
don't know how that. Yeah, I don't know how that helps.
you won't want to touch me. You won't want to touch me up there. Don't touch me. I got poop in there. No, so hide in plain sight. He works at the docks. I'm in a crate. I can give myself food, supplies, maybe a switch, keep me occupied for a little bit, chuck me on a ship. I'm out in the ocean. He has no idea. All he knows is that, hey, another successful day down at the docks. Mr. and Mrs. Johnny Docks can
Do you know what
eat
I
now.
just realised after being a Fremantle fan for 25 years?
Yep.
The start of Living on a Prayer. What's the first line?
Johnny used to work on the dock.
Yeah.
Johnny used to work on the docks.
And yeah,
Do you know what I've just realised? That Josh is one of the penguins from Madagascar wanting to ship himself anywhere else in the fucking world.
Yeah, hide in plain sight. Once I'm on that ship, baby, he'll get home and he'll be like, wasn't there something I was meant to be doing? Because he looks like he's got dumb energy.
And his wife, Jenny, the doc, is like, get over here and cook some dinner. Yes.
She's a real,
Reverse role.
she's a
He was the
real,
cook at home.
yeah, she's a real soapy ball buster, if you will.
Oh my God.
as is the Fremantle way.
As is the Fremantle way. I think I'm going to call it a rare 4-way victory for this fifth quarter. Thank you so much.
No, sorry,
Skeeter.
Skeeter. No. What
Well,
the
some
fuck?
of
Except
us.
you, Chris.
Well, we can.
I have Aragard.
Hang on, we can equally win, but some names are at the bottom of the list when we read out the results.
All that stupid fuck is going to do is just keep buzzing into the window, going bzz, 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 just against the window the whole
He just
fucking
needs
time.
to get you once, Chris. He's massive. He's a man-sized mosquito.
This is
I
bullshit.
don't think one can's enough.
Clarky said he was going to shit himself as his special ability. I'm the one who's at the bottom of the list.
Yep.
In the box.
Shit myself in a box. Well, before this podcast ships itself to next week, thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you follow us on our socials at Falcon Footy Pod on Instagram and X. Make sure you jump onto your podcast platform of choice and give us a rating or review. That helps us, but not as much as word of mouth. If you really enjoyed us talking about shitting ourselves and Cass's big soapy balls.
Not mine. Sorry, they weren't mine. They were
Sorry.
Josh Tracy's.
Josh Tracy's big soapy balls.
I think they were wet soapy balls. Was that
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be in the episode title, so don't worry, you'll know, listener. But also, you can jump into the comment section where Cass's mum, our number one fan, will be very disappointed in some of the things that we've said this week.
Sorry, Brave.
She flies into Melbourne tomorrow, actually. When this episode airs, it would have been yesterday.
Yeah, so
Oh, she can listen on the plane.
yeah.
Oh, no, she can't.
She's coming
They
to
won't be
town
out in
for
time.
her grandchild's first birthday.
Oh, I'm so pumped. That's going to be so fun for you all.
Cass, maybe you can do a special Grace segment for next week's podcast.
Yeah, can she record something?
I've already asked her once before. She said, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh,
But she will be in the comments. So.
what's her mascot? Ask her. Do this with
Ask
her. I want to hear it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll ask her.
Instead of celebrating your child's first birthday, ask her the most important question: which mascot is the most rootable?
Yeah, make sure she reads the article.
Yeah.
Well, Cass has homework for next week again.
Oh, no.
Oh, look.
But yes, so give us a rating review on a podcast platform of choice. Jump in the comments on Spotify, and you can chat with our number one fan. But you can also follow us individually. Chris, where can people find you?
Lowry_16.
And Cass.
At Cass Vag.
And Jess.
At Swanky Jess with 2 Y's.
And you can find me at Quantum JC, or more than likely you'll find me over at the Footy Mailbag, which is the Supercoach podcast I do with friend of the show, Damo. Until next week, listeners, thank you so much. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
The entire team at the Falcon Footy Pod would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians and cultures of the lands and seas on which we live and record this podcast. We pay our respects to all First Nations peoples, elders, and ancestors, and thank them for their continued connection and contribution to this country's national game.